Hey guys, Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another live CGC unboxing. I have to apologize. The Comic Doctor made a boo-boo today. I think I've read some quickly. I read over some of the chat comments, and yes, I put the wrong time in. It was supposed to be 5:45, not 2:45. So I do apologize for anybody who did show up at 2:45 looking for this pretty face. I was out having lunch with a colleague of mine, and then realized I had put the wrong time down, and I can't edit it on my phone. I have to edit it on my PC, or at least I don't know how to do it on my phone. So anyways, I do apologize. Guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm a comic book presser. I'm also an authorized CGC dealer located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And like I said, this is another live CGC unboxing. I did one just on Wednesday night. Another 3 boxes arrived the very next day, and so today we're doing 3 more CGC boxes. Guys, if you're new here and you like comic books, you obviously like talking comic books, discussing, the hot comics of today, the whole CGC process, pressing, cleaning, whatever. You are in the right place. I sure hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel, liking the content, and sharing the content so we can hopefully garner bigger numbers here at the channel. But this channel, what is this channel really? This channel really is for you, my clients. That's the main focus of this channel, is to be in touch with those people that have sent me their books, honestly. So they can talk to me if they need to talk to me quickly. I'm always here usually once or twice a week. And also it's kind of fun to show off your books as they arrive from CGC. People seem to get a kick out of it. So again, I always call it a virtual show and tell, and I will continue to do so while I am able to. Guys, we have 3 boxes to do. It's for some reason really hot. The presses are not on, but it's hot as hell in here for some reason. So let's get started. My overhead cam, my trusty overhead cam is there. Oh, and by the way, if you do subscribe to the channel and it's your first time here, let me know where you're calling in from, or signing in from, or watching me from. I love to see where our YouTube reach goes to. And by subscribing, you can participate in our chat. You have to be a subscriber to the channel in order to participate in our chat. Okay, let's go. First, hey, we start off with a 9/8. So you got to like that. A 9/8 copy of Hawkeye #1. Let's hope that trend continues. We also have, and it does continue after all, we have a 9/8 copy of Exiles #3. And I see CGC has gone back to their old, I'm not sure if these are the same. CGC sends the books back in these plastic bags, and they had a really thin bag, they went to a thicker bag, and now we're into another thinner bag. I don't know, I guess they must have run out of the thicker ones. The thicker ones I preferred them, but anyways, let's see what else we got. Oh, look at that, 9/8 again, in A Killing Joke. It's a great book to have in a 9/8. Right there. Can the streak continue? So close. So close. This one here is Chris's book. This was a crack and press. It was a 9/6, and it has come back yet again, a 9/6. It's funny. When I cracked this one out, initially I said, let's not do this one, but Chris wanted to do it. When I cracked it out, I did notice on the back, and you'll see here in this area, it's kind of gray. It's kind of a smudgy gray area. There's a very faint stain. And I didn't notice it until I took it out. And then once I noticed, I said, oh, great. Hopefully they won't catch it. There probably will not be greater notes on this, but I'm going to check it out and see, because I wonder if they did catch that or not. But the book did come back 9/6 again. Let's see. I think there's another one of his books here. Let's see if they're... well, this is the other one I cracked for Chris. And he'll be happy to see that we did get the 9/8 after all, which is fantastic. Now this one, Cantos are fun books to work on. They oftentimes... My stack is getting too high here. They oftentimes come with like dents along here, or really sharp dent oftentimes right there. And we can usually get those out quite nicely. This one had some rippling going on, so I was able to remove that. This book was also a 9/6, has now come back a 9/8. So 1 out of 2 is not bad. I wonder if that stain is what caused that Marvel book to come back a 9/6 again. Let's see what else we have here. And those came back pretty quick, actually. All right, back to another 9/8. Guys, Good luck Friday, I guess. 9-8 for Masters of the Universe #1. First full comic devoted to He-Man. Right there. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. I'll do one more, and I'll go over to the chat room and see who's here. Oh, a 9-6. We got a 9-6 on Punisher #1. Right there. Okay, so my stack is way too high now. So I'm going to have to pack them back up and go to the chat room, as I often do. All right, where's my chat room? There it is. Boom. Let's see who's here. We got a lot of... I think a lot of these comments were from earlier. So those that are, from this afternoon, I'll kind of skip over. But Jay Wolfgang says, hey, Doc, another unboxing. You definitely need a Weekend Apprentice. When was these books submitted for grading? Well, I'll tell you, like I said, that Canto book, that was submitted very recently. It was like less than a month ago. So they're coming back pretty quickly. Lord Thoth, I'm not sure if he's still here or not, was here. Thank you, Lord Thoth. Mike says, yes, Lord Thoth, we shall do. You guys are chatting amongst yourselves, or were? Yeah, Michael was here. And Michael's probably gone. I do apologize. All right, let's fast forward this to people that are here now. Less than 40 minutes to go. All right, let's see here. You, me, someone else. It was a 4 for the longest. Dennis is here. I don't know if Dennis is still here or not. I'm not sure where the new comments start. Herb says, hello, Kevin and everyone. Dennis, CGC Bunker in Florida. No DC allowed. Hey, Kevin, thanks again for all you do for the community. Romel, my pleasure. We'll be seeing you tomorrow at the shop. Again, if you guys were watching the other night, Romel sent in 10 books for pre-screen 9.8. Not one garnered that 9.8, but CGC decided to grade them anyways. So they haven't credited me yet. They still have charged me, but they're supposed to credit me back all the fees minus the rejection fee. So Ramel pretty much got those books all graded for the rejection fee and shipping, which I think works out to close to $23 Canadian per book. So you can't go wrong with that. Mike Catalano says, hey, Kevin, hope as well. Thank you, Mike. Hope you're doing all right. Who wears a Target shirt on a Vespa? I don't know, but I guess Hawkeye does. Anil's here. What's up, Kev? What month is rolling in? February and March? No, we are now slowly getting into April. March is pretty much almost... March is a very slow month for submissions. Thank goodness, actually. So we're rolling into April. We are finishing up some... Look, there are some larger February orders that we just finished up. March is pretty much almost all done. I'm going to be reviewing some more of those books on Monday. And then probably full hog April by end of next week. And then hoping we can hammer through May in throughout, until middle of August. And then like I said, by the end of August, I want to be on June books, which will put us at a 2-month turnaround, which is exactly where I want to be. How long we can keep that going, that I don't know. But I sure hope that we can keep that 2-month, turnaround time going. Remember, I don't know if you were here on Thursday or not, on Wednesday, the Comic Doctor is moving. I'm moving into a new location, not far from my current spot. It's a little bit bigger, not much bigger, but it's a bit bigger. And what I like about it, it's on the ground floor. So no more stairs for this old man to lug CGC boxes. And as you know, I don't keep CGC boxes at the shop. I bring them in because they get mailed to me elsewhere. I sort them, and then I bring them to the shop as people are coming in to pick them up. So sometimes, like tomorrow, for example, I think I have 5 or 6 fellas coming to pick up their books. That means I'll be lugging probably anywhere from 4 to 8 books up a very steep flight of stairs. And this guy ain't in shape at all. So it's they're going to find me dead at the bottom of the stairs one day. So anyways, to avoid that from happening, I am moving to another location. And what's nice about that location, too, is it actually has... a nice showroom as well. So a little more space for everybody, which is good. Okay, I got a feeling these are still more Chris's books. We got a Voltron #1 and a 9.6. I'll come back to the chat in just a moment. Let's see if there's another Voltron here. Nope. Another 9.6 Spider-Verse #1. All right, we got a Black Panther #3 and a 9.8. I think these are Chris's books. I'm not 100%. but I think they are. We got a 9.8 X-Men Adventures. Number 1 as well, right there. Guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Believe it or not, that like button does help. It helps. If we got a lot of likes, then YouTube sees that. When someone types in comic books or comic book pressing, the more likes I have, YouTube will, the bots, I guess, will point my channel to them, and then more people will come. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So if you wouldn't mind, we got a Wolverine number 1 and a 9.4. Another Wolverine number 1. This one's in a 7.5. They're both newsstand copies as well. Both newsstand copies. Okay, Darkhawk number 1. You gotta have everyone needs a Darkhawk in their collection, especially in a 9.8. Okay, this stack has now gotten high. Let's get back to the chat and see what you guys are saying. I think Lord Thoth is here. James says hello. Good hello, James. Dennis says that stain on my soul is invisible. Mine too, Dennis. Mine too. Lord Thoth is back. Thank you, Lord Thoth. I do apologize for the wrong timing. Actually, I was having lunch and then I got a text from someone saying, "You a live stream." I was like, "Oh, shoot. I put the wrong..." Then I looked and I had the wrong time on there. Dennis says there are skeletons and keyboards from 245. Probably. I feel bad. Kim Mueller's here. Is there a nicer bag that fits these slabs better? Yes. There is a company called Comic Pro Line, and they make a very nice bag for these. I don't have any to show you. Right, I have some, but I'm kind of trapped where I am right now. But they do make a nice OPP bag for these. You can buy them where you put your own tape on it, and there's some that are resealable as well. And those should be able to be purchased from your local comic book store. So ask for them by name. Comic Pro Line CGC bags. Yeah, they're a million times better. They look the books look fantastic in them. So you want to find those for sure. Hey, Digital Man, how's it going? Lord Thoth, yes, new digs. You have to come visit me from Ottawa sometime. So yeah, August is going to be. Look, I was planning on hammering out. I was going to try to get almost all the books up to June done. Ain't gonna happen now, because as soon as August the 1st rolls around, I have to work my butt off to get that place. It's in order. Need painting and gotta move, put the shelving over, and all the equipment's got to be moved over. It's gonna be a pretty hectic August, and we're actually going away again for a week in August. The family this time, not just me and the wife, but me and the kids and the wife. So there's another week there gone, or 7 days. So it's going to be a very hectic August. And get what? Back to school again in September. But this time, as you know, I am not there all day. I'm at school till 12:30 every morning. And that's it. So got to get up, go teach, and then comic books all day for the rest of the day. Very excited about this new format. I think it's going to work out well. James Hunt says, hey, Kim Mueller. Superior Fit sleeves and Canadian company that has some. They fit nice and snug. There you go. The logistics are mind-bending. Brian Pulaski. Brian, where have you been, man? How you doing? We're gonna go for lunch, me, you, and Roy, I heard. So let's keep that going. I hope your car's running. Kim says, thanks, James. No problem. We have... Oh, Pat's here, too. James is back again. Whoa, just jumped there. Got my Stormwatch number 198 impressed. Very good. Okay, let's go to the next one. We got a Werewolf by Night and Spotlight on number 2 in a 7.0. Get rid of that paper over there. Now this is box 1 of 3, guys. Box 1 of 3. I got 2 more to go after this. We've got a Wolverine number 1. This is in a 9.6. Oh, that white paper is sticking into my beautiful display area there. That's not cool. We've got another Wolverine 1. Gee whiz, man. Another 9.6. We've got a Secret Wars number 1 and a 9.6. A lot of 9.6s too. But you know what? Sometimes those 9.6 are broken up by a nice 9.8 right there. We've got a first appearance of Cyborg and DC Comics Presents 26 and a 9.6, a newsstand copy. We got a TMNT Adventures, Canadian price variant, and a 9.4. There was a time there where I was seeing this book all the time. All right, this stack is now at its peak. You know what I'll do? I'll do the other ones like this, and then I'll go to the next box. Okay, we also have got 4 more books from this box. We've got a 9.8 copy of Miles Morales Spider-Man in a 9. That's a nice looking cover, eh? That's a variant edition. Okay, so there's that one. Yeah, these bags are crappy. They're hard to get the books back in. We also have an Ultimate Fallout 4. This one's in a 9.4 with the cool custom label. I'm going to see who's this belong. If this is the one I think it is. This is a nice looking book. Oh yeah, I can see why. They're very picky on these books. You know what I mean? They're getting so many of them. Any problems, they're going to knock it down a little bit, which they did here. But it's a pretty looking book, that's for sure. First appearance of Miles Morales. We also have a copy of Wolverine 88. This is chewed up pretty good, but it's a 6.0 with an awesome Wolverine custom label right there. But you'll see the book is pretty, it's got a lot of spine problems there. Whoop, let's go right over there. You can see that. So on a modern book like this, they're going to crucify it, right? They absolutely crucify them. Again, some people get the books because they want to sell them. They get them graded because they want to sell them. Some do it because it's just the books they've had. They don't care about getting a 9.8. They care about having a book in their collection, or perhaps the book was something they've had since they were kids. Look at that. And last but not least, in this particular box, we have Venom, Lethal Protector, #1, again, custom label in a 9.0. It's a pretty looking book, and that custom label obviously fits really well. It's like a reverse image of that. All right, perfect. So there you go. That's box #1, friends. We got another 2 to go. Again, I have no idea. Well, I know what one book is, obviously, because you saw the thumbnail. There is an ASM 129 in there. And I'm pretty sure it belongs to Bren, who's been waiting very patiently for the results. I told him I had the results because he was very excited. And he goes, you know what? If it's higher than this grade, I'll wait to find out on the unboxing. So the grade was higher than he'd anticipated. So he wants to wait, which is cool. He wants to be surprised. Some guys really want to be surprised with their books. If you are waiting for magazines still, and this is something I always want to talk about because CGC, when it comes to magazines, they're not very prompt in returning them. So magazines are always, for some reason, behind the 8 ball. They don't seem to be shipping out as quickly as the comics are. So if you are still waiting on magazines, I do apologize. They probably are done. Oftentimes they're sitting there done. But they don't ship them very quickly. Now, I have emailed CGC about this in the past, and they usually assure me, oh yeah, they'll go out pretty soon. Sometimes they go out the very next day. Sometimes it still takes 2 or 3 weeks. It's just the way it is. So I have stopped emailing, only because, guys, there's only 24 hours in the day, and honestly, I could be emailing CGC for an hour to 2 hours every day. There's always something. Always seems to be something that I have to talk to them about or fix or review or whatever, and so that's that. Okay, like I said, that was box #1. Let's go over to the chat while I prepare box #2. You guys are still talking about the bags. Oh, Wayne's here. How's it going, Wayne? Come on, everybody. Everyone buys the grade, not the book. Moneyball's here. Is the Comic Doctor happy Friday to you? Hey, how are you, Moneyball? Good to see you. I don't see you very often on these shows, probably because I do these shows later in the evening. Again, today I decided to do an earlier episode. I figured I'd get a different group of guys out here, and gals, I guess. I can't just say guys. So glad to see you're here. What happened there? Did I jump again? That's weird. Okay. The chat kind of jumped on me a bit. YT is excellent at prompting, Kevin. Okay. And TG, thank God it's Friday for sure. SO says, moving. Wow. Yeah, those are stairs. Suck. Worst stairs ever. No, well, not really, but just wanted to do a comic book guideline. Thanks. Yeah, you know what? I like where I am. I like the location. It's good. You know, it's clean. And it has suited me very well. And I didn't really want to leave, to be honest. If they had an elevator, I wouldn't have gone. Because this is costing me more money now to move to another spot. But I think the spot that I'm going to has potential for other stuff too. There's a very large space that comes with it that I could turn into an additional showroom. Down the road, I could turn it into a studio for this type of stuff, for videos. You know, if I ever want to do tutorials on comic book pressing, I could do it there as well. So that's what's kind of cool about it. So I figure, what the hell, I'm going to take a chance and go for it. So I did. Right, come on, get in there. I did not see the forms for this box. So they must be somewhere in the bottom. My daughter will have to find those. Stephen Isidore's here. How you doing, Stephen? And Mr. Warren Meredith is here. How's it going, Warren? Good to see you. Hi, Kevin. An update on my TMNT #1 third printing. I don't remember. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. But, Stephen, I can certainly have a look for you. Shoot me off a text. Best to text me, and I'll have a look and see what's going on. And also, when you do text me, if you ever do text me, guys, about your order, nice to let me know what month the order came in on. Like, you say, yeah, Kevin, I'm looking for my book that was submitted in, say, June. Well, I'm not at June books yet, so that's easy for me to explain. But, like, Stephen, if your book came in on, again, I'm not sure if there's something specific we're looking for here. I do apologize. But let me know, okay? And I'll find out for you. I'll find out for you for sure. Lord Thoth says, ooh. Brian says, yep, run's great. All the bugs are out. Let's go for a cruise. Tomorrow night, we're going for a cruise to Pickering. If you want to come out there, that's where I'll be tomorrow night. Marty P says, in the house, hey, Marty P, how's it going? Your books are at CGC now, too. Get a little stack. They're now there. Lord Thoth loves a Secret War. So do I. Guess what? It's me. Miles and Ryan, yeah. Dennis, they what the hell? They went that way. Wayne has graced you with his presence. Prepper Book Club. I think I have that, Turtles. I have some of them. Yeah, I was seeing those TMNT adventures all the time, man. All the time. Wayne says 6-0. What's up with that? Yeah, it's not for everybody. That's for darn sure. I think I'm back to where I was, because there's Moneyball right there. I don't know what happened there. The whole chat zoomed up. So Moneyball, how you doing again? Mags are tough. Yeah, they are tough only because I don't know. I think, look, I got a feeling, and I could be totally wrong here. I don't know. I've never been. Look, I'm going to Florida soon, and I'm going to contact CGC and see if I can get a tour of the facility. I would love a tour to see exactly how things are done. Now, whether they're going to do this for me or not, I don't know. I'm going to contact a couple of people I know over there. I wouldn't mind just heading there for an afternoon and just checking it out. I want to see how they slab the books, because there's a time there when the magazines were taking forever, right? Remember this? Like, I mean, years. And when I talked to a couple of customer service reps, they said that the machine was screwed. The machine was busted. It wasn't working proper, and that's why the magazines were backlogged. Then they said they replaced the machine and they replaced the actual slab themselves. So okay, that's good. They'll get back on track, but it seems that they're still very slow. So I don't know. They're not like taking a year. Don't get me wrong, but they're just like they're finishing them and they're just sitting there. They're not shipping them. And I think the problem is because I mostly have comic books. They don't want to combine the comics with the magazines, but they've done it in the past like hundreds of times. But for some reason, the shipping department refuses to pack comics and magazines together. So I got a feeling that is the issue. And I think they've got new people working in the shipping department because they keep screwing up other things for me. I'm not going to get into that now. I don't want to bore you with more of that nonsense. So I got a feeling it's like always, things will work great for about 7, 8, 9 months, and then something will happen. They'll ship a box incorrectly, or they'll hold off on shipping something, or they'll send the box to the wrong place. Like they sent Steven's books to me from instead of going to Fresno, they shipped them back to me here in Oshawa. It's like, what the hell? So I think they bring new people in and they don't know what they're doing and they F up, basically. I think that's what goes on there. Again, I don't know. I've never been. I want to go and see for myself with these 4 eyes how that operation works, so I can speak to it a little more accurately when I'm here with you guys, right? Mags are tough. Mad magazines. That's right. Prepper says, yep, have that over #1 guess. I need to get some graded. Yeah, Prepper, anytime you need some help, happy to help you. Emails every day. They must love you. I don't love that. I don't love doing that. Emailing, guys, I'm not joking. It's like I was talking to a buddy today. We were out for lunch together and we were talking about, what's taking so much of you, doing CGC and what takes the time. And it becomes, emailing is just a part of the daily routine. You check your emails, you respond, to people who have questions, you respond, you contact CGC for problems you've had. They respond the next day. You got to keep it going back and forth. And there's other things going on, obviously. So yeah, you could be emailing for an hour a day easily in a business such as this. And there's other things going on in the background. I don't want to say too much yet. I'm not going to say much yet. I'll announce that later on when it happens. But there's more stuff going on too that I'm trying to play around with. That takes time, right? Lord Thoth, Hector. Magazine census are always minuscule. Always wonder if that part of the hobby will ever explode. Great for display purposes. Hector, I'm seeing a lot of magazines coming in. I mean, I've seen more magazines now. And again, I'm not talking about TMNT. I'm not talking about those types of comic book magazines. I'm talking about Sports Illustrated. Let's be honest, mostly Sports Illustrated or sports-related magazines. That's what's exploded. And again, if you're a presser of comic books and now you're doing magazines, they are in a completely different animal. Is it exploding? I think it's going to get a little crazy. I mean, I think for me, it's picking up. In fact, I could probably dedicate, Charlo does a lot of the magazines. He's really excellent at it. So I could probably dedicate, if I wanted to, I could veer all the magazines over to Charlo and keep him busy. Probably. That's how many magazines are starting to come in. That's how many people are starting to contact me about magazines. And I got to be very careful because, again, it takes longer to do the magazines because they're bigger. They take up more space on our large press. And every magazine is different. They all have different inserts. They have different, sometimes they have fold out covers. They're a little more, each book is a little more unique than, say, a comic book. So each one requires even more individual attention. Therefore, it takes more time. But yeah, they're starting to really pick up. So magazine, and guys, I'm telling you, if you come across a collection of Sports Illustrated, don't put your nose up at it. You might get a great deal there. Some of these books are fetching thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, if you look back on my Instagram, I had that Pele book that I did for a client, and it came back at 9.6, highest in the census. It was Pele's first cover on Sports Illustrated, so his first appearance per se. And that book sold quickly for, I think it was like $9,000 US. And I've heard through the grapevine that book is now floating around and is up around the $20,000 to $25,000 US range. So yeah, don't put your nose at Sports Illustrated magazines. Keep your ears open, your eyes open, peeled to find them if you can. Laura Thoth says, earlier is better for me between 6:30 and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is dinner time for me. Yeah, you know what? It depends. Now that I'm going to be finishing school at 12:30, I may start doing early or mid-afternoon shows instead. Dinner, nighttime's okay too. Everybody's got different preferences, but you can always come back and watch. Oh, it's on Top Chat. It's on. I had live chat. It keeps switching back and forth, Wayne. Whoop. There we go. I'm back to live chat mode. There we go. Dennis is promoting Kevin. YT always announces live shows in my Rico. Well, that's good. You should do podcasts and have guests. Brian, I'm dying to. I could even have someone like you. Brian would be a great person to talk to. Brian owned the entire collection of Batman from #1 up to, I think it was 800 or something like that. And it took him like only a few years to assemble the entire collection. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, that's my hope. I'd like to bring people in to talk. Unfortunately, my computer needs an upgrade, and the software would need an upgrade too. But it's on my list of things to do. Definitely. A lot of really interesting dudes out this way, comic book guys that I'd love to share with you guys. Dennis is submitted in 2015. Okay. I'm not sure what. Cruise to Pickering. Yeah. We'll cruise to Pickering tomorrow. Well, Wayne, I'll be at it's Ajax, not Pickering, actually. It's a Canadian Tire in Ajax tomorrow night. I'll be there probably around 6 o'clock with my Camaro. with my new license plate, as you all probably saw on my Facebook page, tomorrow night with the wife. Go for dinner and just look at some cars. Prince Zodiac says, hey, Doc. Hey, guys. Long time no see. How's tricks? How you doing, Prince Zodiac? Not bad. Long time no see. You're right. Good to see you. Snapping the whip. Slab those books. Lift that bail. Then to put me in the main floor of FLA, I'll move to Florida. I would too. James Hunt, sounds like they hire students over the summer. Oh my God, James. You think that's what they do? That is so freaking... When you say that, it makes total sense and it scares the shit out of me. No wonder all my boxes are coming back messed up. Yeah, I do want to see the wizard behind the curtain. I really do. Okay, let's keep going here. We got 2 more boxes. We'll come back again. You guys keep chatting. We have a ROM number 1 in a 9.6. Well, we got a lot of orders here, guys. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of orders. This has probably got about 10 different invoices here. So we could have several different people's orders here. I was kind of concerned that the last box didn't seem to have a submission form, which it's probably buried somewhere. Nice. We got an RAI number 0. And I think these are Mike's books. These are Mike's books, I think, if memory recalls. 9.8. And if it is your books, Mike, is that the one you bought from my shop? All right, here we go. Bren, if you're out there, you probably aren't there right now. I didn't see you. But if you are there, Bren, congratulations. Bren was hoping for, he said, Kevin, I was hoping for a 5 to a 6. Well, Bren got a 6.5 white pages on his ASM 129. So congratulations, Bren. Now, this book, you can see this book on my Instagram page. I featured it recently. You can check it out yourself. There was some before and after pictures. You can see exactly what can be done to improve a book, a mid-grade book. It can make quite a difference. I believe this book, prior to being pressed and cleaned and worked on by myself, probably would have been around a 4.5, 5. That's right. Maybe a 5.5. I don't remember, to be honest. I have to check those pictures myself, but it would certainly not have been a 6.5. And if you have a look at the pictures, you'll see for yourself there was definitely a dramatic change in the before and afters. Okay, so again, Bren, congrats, pal. I'm glad I got you this. Would have been nice to get you that 7, but 6.5 ain't too shabby either. We've got a 9.4 copy of New Mutants 98. Starting to see a lot more first Deadpools come in as well. We've got a 9.8 copy. Oh, this is a cool book of Black Panther 166 it's got the hologram thing on it. You see that? There you go. It's got Black Panther and it's got Wolverine as well. It's cool. Anyways, there you go. That's a Mike book for sure. I'm pretty sure. Got a 7.0. Yeah, I guess that's about right. They crucify moderns, man. 7.0 copy of Web of Spider-Man number 1. And it's, I believe, is it Canadian price? Canadian price variant. .5 copy of ROM. Newsstand edition. And we'll do one more ROM here. That is 7.5. Checking the slab out for cracks. I don't see any. Fantastic, right there. We also have, let's just get this. I'll do 198 before we move on. We've got a 9.8 copy of Ghost Rider number 1 right there. White pages. That's a Kubert variant cover. Okay. Now my stack is uber high. I have to pack these babies back up and we'll come back and see. We got quite a few more 9. I can see some 9s poking through there. 9 something. So let's go back to chat as I pack these up. Field trip to Florida. Here comes the bus. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Who said it last week? Somebody said, "Oh, we should have done a field trip to San Diego Comic-Con." That'd be pretty expensive, right? Oh, jumped again. Dennis, I'm so not a sports guy. Dennis, neither am I. It's almost embarrassing, to be honest. Hector, those rookies SI issues are becoming big, newsstand especially. Yes, the ones that don't have Sports Illustrated books that don't have subscription labels on them, people's names and address, those, if you get them like newsstand as you call them, are super crazy. And a lot of the guys up here I'm working with they're all just newsstand copies. So some of these books are just garnering crazy money. So So yeah, don't put your nose up at those. Swimsuit issues. That's Ma Sports. Me too, buddy. Dennis, Pickering is a town not far from here. Just outside of Toronto. It's just east of Toronto, about 20 minutes east of Toronto. Lord Thoth laughs out loud. Wayne, I can clearly remember the day I bought wrong number one. Wait, sorry. I can clearly remember the day I bought wrong number one at the convenience store. Which one are we talking? Wrong number one. Okay, wrong. Gotcha. Throw me off there. I never bought that book as a kid. I think I had it. Probably traded for it or something. Warren says, I can't wait to see what magic you can do with my 129. Well, I thank you. Well, we're getting there quicker than I thought, Warren, so hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. I know you have a lot of books there. You guys, wait till you see Warren's stuff. Warren came to the last show in June and dropped off a shit ton of books, and some pretty amazing books he did drop off, so it'll be exciting to see those when they do come back. Oh, Brent is here, it looks like. Liam says, hey, Kev, just for entertainment purpose, what are some books you can remember off the top of your head where you said, geez, why is this being slabbed? Liam, honestly, that happens probably weekly. I'll be honest, it happens weekly. Now, the problem with that is this, and it's a good question. Liam asks, Kevin, do you ever kind of go, why are these people, why are they slabbing these books? Like, what's the purpose? If someone comes to my shop and they present books to me, and we're just having a really casual conversation about the books, I will ask, so you realize that grading these books might not necessarily be in your best interest because it's going to cost the fees involved with grading them and working on them. The books aren't worth that, right? And most people, when I tell them that, don't care. They really don't. Some are like, I don't care. I still want to get them done. Because some people, it's like wall art. You know what I mean? Or again, it's a part of their history, part of their childhood, part of their collection journey or collector's journey, right? So I've learned to not be so coy. Coy isn't the word. To be so a stickler about it, you know? And so when guys mail books into me, I don't phone people and say, hey, you shouldn't get this book graded. I don't do that. I just don't. I have no time for that. So I'm assuming that when someone is sending me a book, they've done their research. They know exactly what their book is worth. And they've done their due diligence. And so I just move forward with the cleaning and pressing. So that's it. Now, if someone asks my opinion, and would you think I should do these? And listen, sometimes, and some of you guys that are here right now can attest to this, I'm sure. I'll say, don't even do the book. Don't work on it. And I'll tell them, if they want my opinion, I said, don't do it. But some guys just don't care, right? They just want to get it done, Liam. So, but honestly, just the other day, I'm not even joking. I was looking through some books at Nippur, and I'm like, why? You know, I don't understand. But you know what? Again, what do I know? I don't know. And I've actually graded books myself that really have no reason to be graded, but I do it because I want to preserve them, part of my history. But I'm a hoarder, and I'm a bit of a pack rat. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Dennis Mason, why so harsh to modern books? Because there's lots of them. Like you see a 7.0 at that Web of Spider-Man that we just shown. Like I looked it over really quickly, and yeah, it's not a 9.8. That's for damn sure. But they hammered it hard. Now, that same book, if you found a book from, say, the 1960s or the 1950s in similar condition, it probably would have got like an 8, right? An 8 or an 8.5. They have different standards for the different generations of book. And if you see a modern book, like those ROM books, there's thousands of them out there, and they go through thousands of them. So if you want a 9.8 on those books, they got to be frigging pristine. And I do tell it to people, too. If you want 9.8s, 9.6s, on your modern books, they have got to be almost freaking perfect. Otherwise, you know, if it has a couple of ticks, you're probably going to get a 9 or a 9.2. And if it's got a scratch, or like the other day, a fella sent me a picture of a book that was cracked. I didn't do the work on it. It was cracked and pressed and sent down, and it went from a 9.4 to an 8.5. So it dropped to an 8.5. And I said, well, that's you know, it could happen. But when I looked, he sent me a picture of the top of the book, and the top of the book had this like almost like a thumb crease right at the top of the book. Yeah, they hammered them for that. And maybe the grader who looked at it back in the old days, it was an older label, maybe they graded it, they're a little nice to the book, right? But this particular grader wasn't. They crucified him. So yeah, the modern stuff, they can be really, really sticky. Jay Wolfgang says, how long have you been live, Doc? Happy Friday, everybody. I've only been live Now for about an hour. Like, no, not even an hour. Probably about 40 minutes, actually. Brandon, Kevin, when did this start? Did I miss anything? Haha. It started about at 5:45. We started at 5:45. How you doing, Scott? Good to see you. I guess you got my email, right? You emailed me the other day, and then your books are like, right, they're done. They're going to go to CGC probably this coming week. Where can you get Sports Illustrated? Well, that's the question, isn't it? Because people are looking. Trust me, they are looking. Ask around. You never know, right? I remember I went to Buffalo to do some picking once when I was more into toys, and I went to get some toys from Buffalo, and a lady had. It wasn't Sports Illustrated, they were Playboy books. And she had 5 large totes. They were heavy, man, full of Playboy books. And I mean, you just never know, right, what people have in their garages or in their basements. And her father was, he liked the Playboys. And he bought them he probably had a full run from like 1978 all the way up to, 92 or 93 or whatever. And I did not buy the books. I did have no interest in it. I didn't want to go over the border with, 5 bins or whatever it was full of Playboy books. It was kind of weird. So, but yeah, you never know. Ask around. I'll tell you, you're probably more likely to find someone with Sports Illustrated than you are comic books. Probably, right? Think of all the sports collectors that are out there. Anyhow, Prince Zodiac says, "Hey Doc, my submission stopped because I can't find 10 to 15 books I want to spend the grading fees on. Do you still take few?" Of course I do. For you, anything. Let me know. Happy to help. No worries. No worries, Prince Zodiac. I find myself picking up 9+ CGCs to showcase beside figures and statues. Yeah, I mean, they look fantastic beside figures and statues. I love that. And that's kind of why I started buying sideshows. And I've got a whole shit ton of Bowen figures too, because my intention was to put them all on display with my key books. They look great together. So yeah, it's like I said, it's like wall art. Mike's here. Yep, some of those are yours. Right? I thought so, Mike. Jive Turkey says, some books I love aren't super popular and the census is nearly non-existent, i.e. Buzzard number 1. But I want them for the collections. Probably not worth the price of grading, but it's worth it to me. That's just it. Look, funny enough, right? I'm a teacher, as you know, and people ask me questions. They're very curious about this whole comic book craze that has happened over the last several years. And even just as a collector, they want to know about comic books. And I say, well, yeah, comics are this or comics are that, and some are worth this and some are worth that. And these people have zero interest in the superhero phenomenon. They have zero interest in comic books. And even if a comic book was worth $1,000 or $500, they wouldn't give you 10 cents for it. They could give a shit about it. You know what I mean? It's what you love, right? I guess the businessman in me, looking at Sports Illustrated, would buy them now because they could be an investment, and I could do the work on them and I could sell them. But I do not go out looking for Sports Illustrated books. I never have, and I probably never will. It does not interest me in the least. Same as baseball cards. I don't care about that stuff. So for me, I wouldn't spend it. Even if something's worth, say, $100, I wouldn't pay that because it's not worth it to me because I don't like it. But just like what you said there, who was it who said it? It was great. Like Jive Turkey says, when it's important to you, then you want it. I look at those Mego. You guys have seen me. You guys know I'm crazy about Mego figures, right? No, I know people. You paid what for that? Or I have an action figure over there. I have a Yak Face Star Wars action figure that I paid almost $500 for. People thought I was absolutely nuts for doing that. And it hasn't even gone up really much since I bought it. But I mean, people think I'm crazy. They would not spend it. Even though it's worth that or it sells for that, they would not pay that. They probably wouldn't even pay half of that for it, even though they could flip it. They wouldn't even be bothered. So again, everybody has their own personal loves and likes and interests. And yeah, it makes no difference sometimes whether or not it's worth anything. They just want to do it because it looks better or they want to display it or whatever. So there it is. Great questions, though. I love those questions because that's a debate I have with a lot of people, a lot of conversation I've had from time to time. Values in the eye of the beholder. Jay Wolfgang, 100%, right? Prince Zodiac says, I've graded quite a few books just because I wanted them graded, knowing they weren't really worth it. There you go. Enough Nat Geo. But a lot of guys who are business, the guy, again, there are dudes that are in this that love comics, but they love the business side of it. And they can't wrap their heads around that part of it. Why are you doing it? Because there's a couple of guys I know get angry when they see low-grade books come back. Like, why are they wasting the time at CGC? Why? It slows everything down. And it's like, well, they have a right to have their books graded too, even though maybe they're not worth as much as yours or other books. They still have a right to do it, but they get really upset. They go, why? Their business mind can't, wrap the idea, you talk sentimentality. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about, it means something to you. No, it's a commodity. You buy it, you sell it, right? Okay. For you, that is cool. Even to me, I understand that logic 100%. But I also understand the whole, being sentimental about something or just liking something enough you want to preserve it as best you can. No problem, Scott. I've checked Shoppers Drug Mart, no Sports Illustrated. Walmart, no Sports Illustrated. Costco has those. Maybe Indigo, I'll check next. I have no idea. You'd have to, for the old ones, just look around. You'll find them. Dennis says I'd go $500 for Spock. Well, Dennis, you shouldn't say that because I have a carded Mego Spock that I would sell for $500, so be careful. Do you mean that? All right, let's keep going, guys. We've got some more books here. Another box and a half to go. Had a great conversation today. I do appreciate that. We got a Simpsons number 1 in a 9.4. We have a Skybound X in a 9.8. We have an Inhumans number 1 in a 9.0. It's a nice clean book. We've got a Star Wars number 1. Now, this Star Wars number 1 is pretty cool. This is Dave's Star Wars number 1. I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure this Star Wars number 1 is Dave's. And why it's pretty cool is that was a crossover. That was, if memory serves, that was a 7.5. It was a 7.5 CBCS, and he wanted me to, we were going to crack it. And I thought, you know what? I don't think it needs to be. I think the book is fine the way it is. And I sent it in, and if that's the one, I'm pretty sure it is his. It went up, not bad. So I did the crossover. Now in the old days, CGC gave you a deal on crossovers. So if you gave them a PGX book or a Halo book or a CBCS book, they would give you a deal because they want more books in CGC slabs. That lasted for about a year or so, and now they just said, well, if you want us to cross it over, just send the book over and we'll crack it out for free, but we're going to charge you our regular submission fee for whatever tier you choose. So I did that for this one, and it worked out. And I think Dave's main purpose was to get the book out of he hates a CBCS slab. The art, the way the slab, the label looks, so do I. Although I think I kind of prefer the CBCS slab to this. They seem a lot more durable, and they're a bugger to open up. All right. We have a Wolverine. Nice. Number 88 in a 9.8 this time with the custom label. That looks fantastic. If you're watching this right now, guys, none of these books I'm showing you today are ready for tomorrow. I can tell you right now. So if you're thinking, I could pick them up tomorrow. No, you can't. These will not be great. These will not be sorted by tomorrow. What's going to happen when I'm done this live stream now, I'm going to have a bite to eat really quick. Then I'm going to pull all the books for tomorrow that people have already been contacting me and made appointments, and those will be ready for tomorrow. These ones will be ready for next Saturday. I will contact you, though. I will contact you. Look at this beauty. A 9.6 copy of ASM 252, newsstand copy with that sick label at the top. We got another one right here. I think some of these are Frank's. Not sure, but I think that this one here reminds me. I think this one here is Frank's. Amazing Spider-Man 194. It's a lower grade copy at 2.5. But it's got that awesome Black Cat label. I love it. Here's a higher grade version of that. We get a 9.2 copy right there. Also with the nice Black Cat label. The stack is high. I have to go back to the chat as I pack these babies back up again. Do they? Do they have the right to get their books graded? Everyone does. Wolfgang, I mean, it's Friday. Be nice. Brian says, live and let live. Sorry, live live. Live and let live. Live and let live. Never understood why people get so twisted about an axle over what others do. Comics are awesome, but at the end of the day, they're comics. True that. I like comics, and I have $35. Well, you can buy some newer comics for that. Agreed. CGC Lord Thaw says, PhD and Noob says, Happy Friday to you. J. Wolfgang says, haha, Doc, but you said yes to me last time. That's why I showed up. Okay, now I'm confused. I've checked shoppers. Oh, I'm mixed up now. I'm so mixed up. I can't remember everything I say. Come on, I try. ASM 252 is a CPV, even better. Oh, is it? Oh, it is. It's Canadian price variant. Well, there it is. Let's see. Any more comments here, or is that it? Oh, Dave House is here. He says, hey, Doc, and congrats. Everyone getting their amazing books back. Some nice ones tonight. Thank you, Dave. Good to see you. We do our best to make everybody happy. We try, right? We try. It's all we can do is try. Dennis says, who is writing the good stories these days? I can't, what does that say? Is something King still nuts? I can't read that word there for some reason because there's an icon there for some reason. I'll read it back. I'll read it in a, oh, is Tom King still nuts? Who's Tom King? What am I missing? What am I missing, Dennis? Sam, the ASM 252 is a Canadian price variant. Yeah, they didn't list it proper. Listen, it's a newsstand as well, right? It is a newsstand, but it is Canadian price variant. So, see, I think even their people get confused about that, which is somewhat aggravating, right? Why would you... They should know the difference. We'll continue. We got some more awesome custom labels here. And one more box to go, guys. If you're still just joining us, I got one more box to go. Here's a Werewolf by Night 32. Not seeing this book come in quite as often. In a 4.5 with a custom label. We got a nice 9.8 copy of Daredevil #1 with a very nice custom Daredevil custom label. We have another Moon Knight. Moon Knight #2. Awesome cover. 9.8 with the custom label. Let's keep that trend going, shall we? 9.8 Daredevil. Yes, the trend is going, guys. We're ending this box with a bang. Look at this one. Wolverine #1, 1988, 9.8. This is my fault. This is my fault. I put the wrong code down for this. It was supposed to be Wolverine. And I caught it. I contacted them, and they wouldn't do it. So I'm going to be sending this book back. I'm pretty sure this is Frank's book. I'll be sending this book back to get reslabbed, unless he likes unless he likes the Venom label. If not, I'll pay to get it done because that was my mistake. We got a 9.8 copy of, love this book, Secret Wars #8. Also Canadian. See, it's a Canadian price variant, and they said newsstand edition. And then we have. Finally, what a great box. We got like 6, 7, 9, 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 8s in a row. 9.8 copy, Venom Lethal Protector. Beautiful. Again, I think these are Frank D's books. So Frank D, if you're watching, I don't think that's your entire order, although I do have another box to unbox right now, and that could contain even more of your books. So that's awesome. Those are some beautiful books. Some beautiful, beautiful books. Again, that one there. That's the comic doctor doing CGC submissions late at night, tired, and putting down the wrong code. You'd think they'd catch that too, though. You know, why is he putting a Venom label on a Wolverine book? You know, like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Seriously. Where are we here? Tom King wrote some fantastic stories for DC a decade ago. Oh, I see. I am not familiar. I may know them if I heard them. Like I heard which stories. I'm not sure though, Dennis. Herb1211 says, does CGC notate Canadian price? Yes, they're supposed to. They're supposed to, but they sometimes don't. They sometimes just say newsstand. And I mean, look at buyers, savvy buyers know which is which. So really, who cares? You know, I never really cared if it said Canadian price variant or not. Some guys are very sticky about that, but I never cared. Like, well, because CGC said it is, then it is. But it is, so who cares, right? Let me just pack these babies up here, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to pack these guys up, and I'll pull over the next box, and we'll get right to it. So give me like 20 seconds. Well, give me 25 seconds. Okay, we are back with a final box. So we had 3 boxes today, guys. If you're just getting here now and you want to go back and watch again from the very beginning, a lot of great grades today, for the most part, really. Now we have an Amazing Spider-Man 238, also a newsstand copy. That's not Canadian price variant. The Canadian price variant would be 75 cents, I believe. And it's a 9.0. But you know what? It's nice to have one ASM 238. It's even better to have 2 ASM 238s. That's a regular direct edition. We also have an ASM 315 and a 9.4. And guys, sometimes I'll screw up. I'll say these are so-and-so's books, or I think these are so-and-so's books. I'm not 100%, right? I'm an old man now. I do my best. They do ring a bell. Most of the time I'm right, but sometimes I'm wrong. So if I say they're maybe your books, and they might not be, so don't get too excited. You know, sometimes I'm for sure, like that was Bren's ASM 129. I'm for sure, because I knew I was paying close attention to a single book. But a full order, sometimes I can't be sure. We got a Predator number 2 and a 9.4. We got an ASM 140 and a 9.2. There it is. This box we're having now, this is a one-person order right now, this one. This is a one-person modern order. So whoever, these next books I show you all belong to one dude. Or dudette, I don't know, right? So here we go. Let's keep going. We have a lot of ASM books. Number 144 and a 9.4. And we have Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man number 1 and a 9.6. I love that cover. That's a great cover. And I think that stack is high. I'll try one more. We've got a Marvel Team Up 131. And that is a 9.2. Now for sure I'm going to have to pack these babies up. We'll go back to the chat where you guys are. See what you're saying. It wasn't? Okay. Sam's saying it wasn't a CPV. Oh, it's $1? All right. Okay, wait. Bren's saying, I'm pulling for an ASM 129 in that last box. Bren, I did that one. Your book is here. You got to rewind if you missed it. Your book came in the box number 2. I went through one of the first ones in that box. So I'm not going to tell you the grade. Go back and watch it. Justin W. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Secret Wars 8 is a U.S. newsstand. The CPV are $1. You guys are sharp, man. You guys know the deal. Even more than I do. John Sherwood's here. How you doing, John? Good to see you. PhD in Noob says, yeah, Sam, I submitted a CVP Star Wars 8 with a custom label. Hopefully it comes back in Sept. Jive Turkey says, I wonder if the doc drives around in his Trans Am with the Be Right Back song blasting. Oh, yeah. Of course I do. I wouldn't be cool otherwise, right? Great covers indeed. Dennis says, White Rabbit. Yeah, so you recognize that one. Yeah, Bren's going to go back and have a look. I thought you were here the whole time, Bren. That's funny. 43 of you watching. Thanks for coming out, guys. It's on this Friday afternoon. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, share the video too, if you wouldn't mind. If you have any comic book groups that you're a part of, let them all know that I'm out here. I certainly appreciate that. And for those of you that are just getting here now, to your locals, I'll be at the shop tomorrow from 11 till 1. I do have a lot of fellas coming in to pick up books tomorrow. But if you want to pop by and say hi, you got books to drop off, I can be there to help you tomorrow, again, from 11 till 1 at my shop in Oshawa. And if you haven't heard, I'll be moving to a new shop in early September, probably September the 1st. I'll be in the new shop. But I'll give everybody details on that as that time gets closer. Now remember, that's going to keep me pretty busy in August, guys. I'm still going to, of course, do these videos whenever I can, but I will certainly be swamped in August as I prep that new space to welcome all of you, locals, right? Okay, Dennis says, I need a shop. I'm shopping for a shop. Well, good luck, because it's friggin' expensive. Okay, we're going to keep going here. We got a Amazing Spider-Man 185 in an 8.0 right there. Great cover. Peter's graduating. We have another one in a 9.0, even better, right? Got a lot of these great Bronze Age Spideys here. You're going to like this. We've got a lot of them. Oh, I love this cover here. ASM 161 with Nightcrawler. Great cover. We've got 239, the first Spider-Man versus Hobgoblin battle. This is just a regular direct edition in a 9.2. Another one in a 9.2. And you know what? How about a third one in a 9.6? That's a great book right there, man. Spider-Man 145 with a scorpion cover in a 9.2. That's gorgeous. And then, oh, look at that. That's awesome. One of my favorite. It's a strange cover, but I've always had an affinity for it. It's a Barry Windsor Smith cover. That's probably why I like it so much. The final edition of Marvel Team Up in a 9.8 white page. You don't see this book in a 9.8 very much. You know, honestly, you don't. And that's a gorgeous copy. I always just I love Spider-Man's his stance, like his resting stance there. I love it. And yeah, great cover. Great cover. Beautiful. Anyways, congratulations to the owner of this one. That's a great book to have in a 9.8. Okay, my stack is high. I have to reduce the stack. Otherwise, it'll topple over and cracks will happen. So let me go back to the chat as I pack these guys up. Oh, Brian Bowe, ASM 238 is non-CPV. You're right, Doc. CPV would be 75 cents. Thank you. Bren, was it 129 already and I missed it? Yes, it was. Great covers indeed. White Rabbit. Did I do this already? Oh, I already did that. 6.5. Awesome. Thanks. Good, Bren. I'm glad you're happy. 6.5. Awesome. He says, the P-Man. Hey, Doc. Hey, everybody. Can't wait to see what you can do with my Golden Age Disney book. I'm looking forward to working on those. Because you know why? Because these are the standard, right? Let's be honest, guys. I would say that 90% of the books we get are Marvel books. And so when we get cool Disney books, Del 4 Colors, even DC books, which you don't see quite, when Peter drops off his big batch of DC books, it's fun because we don't work on those very often because they don't get submitted all that often. But this type of stuff, we see it all the time. It's the most common books we see, right? Jay Wolfgang says, might pop by, Doc, if I have time driving from Port Hope. Yeah, please come on by. Again, remember, 11 to 1. I don't usually stay much later. Sometimes you catch me, but after that. But to be on the safe side, 11 to 1. Sam says, good. Google Canadian price guide for site about, yes. Sam, that's a great website, by the way. If you Google Canadian price guide, there's a site about it, and one of the moderators of the site is Angelo. I've mentioned him many times on here. He's from Montreal, And he's, I think, one of the moderators over on that site. So you can learn all you can about the Canadian price variance. And it's something I certainly want to talk about more here because it is something people are always asking about. Okay, let's do one more comment. Love that MTU 105 by Barry Windsor Smith. Yeah, it is awesome. The other way around, 150, I believe, but that's okay. Sam says, actually make sure it's a Canadian Price Guide comics. Love this final team-up issue. Me too. I always did find that. It's so different than all the rest, right? Oh, and here's another one, actually. We're speaking about it. Here's another one in a 9.6. I think these are all Frank's books, too. I got a feeling, but I could be wrong. Again, I think they're Frank's books. Until my daughter sorts them, I won't know for sure. 9.6 Avengers Annual number 10. Another 9.6 in Avengers West Coast, Canadian price variant, right there. You guys can have a look at that. It's 9.6 Canadian price variant. Here's another one. Another 9.6. Great Kingpin cover. In a 8.5, an ASM 163. Oh, guys, and Moneyball Comics, you saw him here. You got to check out Moneyball Comics' Instagram page. And his YouTube, I'm pretty sure he's got a YouTube. Yeah, he does have a YouTube channel. Of course he does. But his Instagram page is really cool because what he does, he'll take a book like this. And he'll say, Amazing Spider-Man 163. And he'll say, 9.8. I think it's like 9.8 value, raw value, and what you want to buy it for. And he kind of lets you know if you're looking at, and he doesn't always put like key books up there. He puts books of interest, speculation books, what have you, and it helps you to put books on your radar. And he gives you an idea of what you should be kind of paying for those books in a raw grade. And it's pretty cool. And I love his Instagram channel or his Instagram page. So you really need to go over and check him out again. It's Moneyball Comics. And I'm not just saying that because he gave me a great review. I do thank you for that, Moneyball Comics. If you want to see the review he left for me, the Comic Doctor, just go to my comicdoctor.com and right on my homepage there, I have a link. There's actually, if you let it scroll a couple of times, his video is there. He did a whole YouTube video on our dealings, and it was a great video. So check that out. And again, the Instagram, I always love going to his Instagram, just scrolling. Oh, that's a cool book to check. Oh, I make mental notes of what I should buy, but then again, I don't have time to buy anything. I wish I did. Yeah. And speaking of reviews, guys, if you haven't done so already, guys, if you don't mind, if I've worked with you and you've enjoyed our dealing, please go on over to Google and leave me a review. It doesn't have to be a 10-page essay. Just a couple of lines or, whatever, saying, how your experience was. And leave me a review because I'm at 84 reviews. I think I'm trying to get to that 100 mark. And I haven't, it's kind of, Google reviews is a weird thing. People don't tend to go there very often. And you got to kind of keep reminding people. And if you wouldn't mind, and you have a second, and probably don't spend more than like 60 seconds. Go over there. All you got to do for that is go to Comic Doctor, go to Google, type in Comic Doctor, and then you can leave a review right there. That'd be greatly appreciated. That's my ask of the day. All right, I'll keep going here. What else do we have? We've got an Amazing Spider-Man $2.99 and an 8.5. Yeah, right there. Couple more. Oh wow! No way. No way. No, I already did those two books. All right. And we have an Amazing Spider-Man $2.99 and a 9.4. I thought there was another one of these. But I'm like, no, there's not. There's not. And that's it, guys. That's the three boxes. 3 boxes from CGC. They arrived yesterday. Gloriously, I can say, not one crack. The days of the crack are behind us now. And I'm only going to say that for now. I mean, I had one crack book the other day. Now I have none. But I don't want to tempt fate. Who knows what the future will bring. There was a time there where I was getting no crack books at all. And then all of a sudden it was like a 3-month odyssey from hell. It was terrible. Let's go back to the chat really quick because there are a few more comments there. Dennis says, why does Slow-Mo berate me with red? I don't know. Lord Thoth, have a great night, everybody. Barbecuing some steaks, and it's time for time. Be safe and have a great weekend. Lord Thoth, thank you, my moderator. I appreciate it. Dennis says, Uncle Scrooge and the nephews. That's a good one. Jay Wolfgang, my anti-Disney books are with Doc Kevin already. Nice. Dennis was there in 1958. I was there about 4 years ago. Moneyball Comics says, oh man, Kev, thanks. No problem. Thank you, Moneyball Comics. Sam says, I followed Moneyball on social media. Great info. There you go. There you go. Excellent. Jay Wolfgang, YouTube disabled liking your profile through your names here in chat. Jay Wolfgang, YouTube disabled linking your profile through your names here in chat. Yeah, I don't know why that. It's too bad because that would have made people easier way to find you, right? It was magical. Moneyball says, for the record, I only post comics at a suggested buy price where I know I can find the book available for that price. Of course, you can't guarantee you're going to get it for that price, but you know, with a little bit of searching, a little bit of haggling, hopefully you can get them for those prices. Excellent. Moneyball, you got a couple of followers. That's great. I heard CGC changed their plastic bags. They changed them, but they seem to be changed. Like these are the thick ones again. These are the thicker ones. So out of these 3 orders, I've seen 3 different types of bags. Brian Bowman, take care, pal. Have a great weekend. All right, guys, that's it for me. That's it for the comments, I believe. Yes, it is. Okay. All right, my friends. Again, thank you so much for coming out and being here today for this almost 1 hour and a bit live stream. Put my chair, there we go. My head's not cut off. I'll be back again when more books show up. And you know what? There are more books on the way. So again, make sure you hit that like button. And you know what you want to do? Actually, hit that notification bell because I will usually post a day in advance or even 12 hours in advance usually when I'll be doing a live stream. And you'll be one of the first to know when I do go live. You can join us yet again. If you have any ideas for the show from, you know, people here were making comments today what I should do with the show. If you have any comments like that, you know what? Send me an email. Throw me an email. info@thecomicdoctor.com and let me know what you think you'd like to see from this channel, and I will do my best to try to make some changes in the months coming up, because you know what, doing unboxing is great and everything, but there's so much more we can talk about. All right, guys, everyone's saying thanks for the show. Thank you for being here, guys. Have a fantastic weekend, and until next time, take care. Bye for now. Ciao.